Have I ever perceived that peculiar feeling upon stepping outside, seeing, as if summoned, my neighbor miraculously materializing, watering the identical patch of grass for the third instance that day? Yes, that isn't simply my imagination fabricating scenarios. At times, the walls possess ears and the hedges conceal eyes. Neighbors who blur the distinction between a congenial wave and a comprehensive surveillance operation can transform my serene home into a locale navigated with the apprehension of a crime scene. If I've ever found myself whispering within my own kitchen, just in case someone might be eavesdropping, congratulations. My instincts could be actively attempting to preserve my life. In this presentation, I'm unveiling 5 unmistakable indicators that my neighbor isn't merely inquisitive, they are actively monitoring me. These aren't harmless eccentricities. They represent significant red flags capable of disrupting my peace of mind if overlooked. So, remain attentive, because by the conclusion of this, I'll possess the knowledge to spot the danger before it establishes itself metaphorically in my driveway. And hey, if I believe my privacy warrants a standing ovation, ensure hitting that subscribe button. Considerably more survival wisdom is en route. Sign 1. Unexplainable negative life patterns. The initial indicator someone might be employing witchcraft against me involves the abrupt emergence of negative patterns within my life. Patterns so specific, so targeted, logic alone cannot account for them. Consider the narrative of Thomas. He wasn't inclined towards superstition. A quiet, grounded man in his early 50s, Thomas had dedicated his life to construction, his business, marriage, reputation. He embodied the type believing in diligent effort. If something malfunctioned, repair it. If life grew difficult, work harder. That had always been his approach, until everything began rapidly unraveling. It commenced subtly. His reliable client base vanished almost overnight. Emails remained unanswered. 2 contracts, both nearing finalization, collapsed within the same week. Then ensued technological difficulties. His phone would cease functioning during critical calls. His laptop froze during presentations. Initially, he attributed it to age, burnout, astrological influences, anything plausible. But the issues persisted. Thomas, consistently robust in health, began experiencing dizziness, fatigue. Medical tests yielded normal results. Doctors suggested probable stress. Then his wife, perpetually his closest ally, started withdrawing. Conversations grew cold, fraught with inexplicable tension. Began accusing him of unsaid words, undone actions. Arguments erupted seemingly from nowhere, concluding in silence. Even his dog, formerly inseparable, now refused sleeping in the same room. It felt as though the life Thomas knew had quietly transitioned into a parallel version where nothing made sense. And crucially, none of it possessed reasonable explanation. Everything formerly functioning smoothly, finances, relationships, health, disintegrated within weeks. Timing consistently preceded positive developments. New client call scheduled, phone dies. Romantic dinner planned, she cancels, crying, uncertain why. Every blessing disintegrated upon nearing attainment. That isn't mere misfortune, it's sabotage. Spiritual sabotage. Witchcraft in contemporary context doesn't resemble folkloric depictions. Black robes, woodland chanting, hides behind smiles. Sits at my table, sometimes originates from closest individuals. While sounding far-fetched, stories like Thomas's prove more common than imagined. Key lies pattern recognition. Not just misfortunes, but timing precision. Consistent theft valued elements right before reception. Stoics say, observe. Do not react. Marcus Aurelius believed first defense against invisible enemies mind's power, see clearly what is, not deceived appearances. Precisely where Thomas failed. Fought harder instead stepping back. Tried fixing problems not his fix. Doing so allowed storm grow. If see part self Thomas's story. Watched own life quietly dissolve ways logic cannot explain. Don't dismiss. Chalk up bad luck not. Begin observe. Start documenting everything. What changed? When? Who entered life? What started falling apart after? Truth life doesn't collapse without cause. While not every hardship witchcraft one's target progress, joy, light, breakthroughs, deserve attention. Because awareness Stoics teach first strongest shield. Don't wait until everything lost. Pay attention while still something left protect. If you found these insights valuable, let me know by commenting yes below. Your thoughts matter, and I'd love to hear from you. Sign 2. Unusual physical and emotional symptoms. The second indicator someone might be practicing witchcraft upon me ranks among the most unsettling. Manifests not initially physical world, arises within. Start strange physical emotional symptoms lacking medical explanation, exhaustion, depression, fear, confusion. No matter actions taken cannot shake. Doctors declare fine. Tests normal, yet know something isn't right. Precisely Amanda's experience. 38. Yoga instructor full life, grounded body, spirit. Days formally commenced sunrise meditations, concluded peaceful walks. Over a few short months, everything changed. Began feeling drained early afternoon, tired enough cancel sessions, collapse bed, limbs felt stone. Thoughts once crisp, focused, became foggy, slow. People noticed. Clients, family, even dogs stopped following around usual. Then came emotional symptoms. Amanda, once joyful, playful, began crying without reason. Sadness waves arrived nowhere, heavy, cold. Became jumpy, anxious, afraid places formerly comforting, especially own bedroom. Dreams. Vivid, terrifying, recurring, always same shadowy figure watching, whispering things never quite remembered, always woke terror. Visited doctors, therapists, holistic healers. Nothing helped. Antidepressants ineffective. Sleep aids failed. Coffee didn't scratch fatigue surface. Felt energy pulled unseen something, cold, deliberate. Feels like being drained outside in, once told friend. Times like these, tempting question sanity, but body, intuition know better. As Epictetus said, if anyone tells you certain person speaks ill, you do not make excuses. What said you? Respond. He ignorant my other faults, else would not mentioned only these. In other words, wrong. Face it. Don't hide. Deny not, especially enemy not visible, clearly present. Amanda began noticing something strange. Symptoms vanished completely away home. Weekend trip Arizona brought clarity, joy, deep sleep. Laughed again, but within hours returning home, exhaustion returned. Heaviness, fear, always after crossing paths, one particular person, former co-worker, woman grown envious, distant, strangely interested Amanda's personal life. Woman once gifted small charm, something Amanda thought harmless time. After all happened, dug drawer stared new eyes, then clicked. Realization began taking life back, cleansing space, breaking ties, reclaiming energy. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." What Amanda finally understood attack wasn't just physical, spiritual. Thoughts, emotions, very self-sense infiltrated. Exactly what witchcraft does. Targets essence, not body. Poisons where life flows from. Experiencing something similar? Don't dismiss nothing. Start tracking what's happening when. Document feelings, patterns, people involved. Stoics taught, observe constantly all things take place change. Not all change natural. Some forced, manipulated. Only through awareness, calm, sharp, fearless awareness begin cut invisible cords wrapped around life. Because end, greatest protection form, not fear, clarity. Once see clearly, finally begin heal. Sign 3. Strange objects and arrangements. Third sign someone might practice witchcraft upon me, one most overlooked yet most visible. Discovery, strange objects, unusual arrangements, home, workplace, personal space. Unlike emotional shifts, health changes doubted, dismissed sign gives something concrete, tangible. What some call smoking gun spiritual interference. Across cultures, centuries, people left physical items way channel energy, sometimes healing, sometimes harm. Fact. Study ritualistic practices, published anthropologist Ronald Hutton. Over 70% traditional curses. Spiritual attacks involved physical object use, often hidden near, within target's living space. Weren't exotic relics everyday items, string, coins, herbs, animal bones, broken glass, ashes? Objects untrained eye seemed completely meaningless. Yet those understood purpose, powerful tools meant bind, block, weaken person's spiritual protection. Modern witchcraft often relies very principle, camouflage. No longer pentagrams, drawn blood, bubbling cauldrons, woods. No, today's subtleties. Small cloth piece tucked under welcome mat. Old photo me didn't know missing. Burned edges hidden behind picture frame. Dead plant refuses stay alive no matter where move. Even piece jewelry suddenly feels heavy, off, draining instead adorning. What makes items significant placement? Doorways, thresholds, places passed through daily. Prime locations because symbolize transitions. Energy shifts most powerfully where movement happens. Witchcraft seeks out liminal spaces, attach intent. Other targets include bedroom, especially under bed, inside mattress because we're most vulnerable, unconscious, unaware, exposed. Car another favorite. Isolates yet moves. Items placed inside, under seats, glove box create lingering misfortune effect, distraction, even danger. Stoics didn't speak directly magic curses. Philosophy warns not take peace granted. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." If something, someone trying block energy, progress, clarity, becomes job not deny, confront unwavering calm, methodical awareness. Objects don't work because item itself, work because intention embedded. Much like phone receives signal not create, items conductors, carry frequency, energy, emotion, direction. When energy hostile, infiltrate mental clarity, drain physical strength, disturb emotional peace. Key then not fear, observation. Been feeling off, ruled out usual causes, stress, illness, grief. Start inspecting environment. Don't just look, feel. Something space gives wave discomfort, dread, not paranoia. instinct. Instincts, ancient evolutionary protectors. As Epictetus reminded, it is not things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them. Shift perspective, consider space might energetically compromised, no longer mercy confusion. Position, respond. Should find something suspicious, do not touch bare hands. Use gloves, tools, if possible burn, dispose far home, ideally flowing water, buried earth. More importantly, cleanse space salt, sound, smoke, whichever method aligns beliefs. Not mystical, intentional. Because action, especially rooted clarity, always breaks grip hidden agendas. Understanding third sign crucial, because offers physical proof life may be under spiritual attack. Face such darkness, most stoic act not panic, act calm, grounded courage. Need not believe witchcraft, feel effects. Once begin see, oh self-protect what belongs, energy, clarity, peace. Think own experiences. Ever noticed this? Comment yes, no below. Sign 4. Drastic changes in relationships. When someone does you wrong, you must remember that they are acting according to their own principles, not yours. Marcus Aurelius. 4th. Sign someone might use witchcraft against me, perhaps most personal, most emotionally devastating. Sudden collapse relationships, unexplainable trust breakdown, cold withdrawal people once loved. Isn't just one friendship faltering over time, romantic relationship growing distant. No, something sharper. Strikes fast, spreads wildfire, happens, doesn't just hurt, leaves hollow. Caroline never believed anything supernatural. Therapist, pragmatic core, grounded evidence, trained emotional logic. Over one long autumn, entire support system seemed disintegrate front her. First, best friend over 15 years stopped returning calls. Then, group colleagues mentored years began excluding meetings, lunches. Tried to dress calmly, no one gave answers. One simply said, "Things changed." Without explaining what exactly changed, messages sent left unread. Worse, misinterpreted. Polite email perceived passive-aggressive. Supportive comment taken criticism. Most painful blow came younger brother, once called Rock, accused changing, cut off contact. No fight, incident, just silence, confusion, heartbreak. Caroline began question self. Really becoming colder, more distant? Unknowingly hurt people around? Combed through conversations, emails, texts. Nothing there. Yet everyone leaned on now seemed recoil presence if invisible mark placed name. Kind mass withdrawal, especially rooted confusion. One most destructive signs, energetic manipulation, spiritual interference. Many traditional cultures considered one darkest witchcraft uses, not because caused physical pain, because destroyed human connection web. Witchcraft, this form, doesn't attack body, attacks place world, erodes trust others have, whispers doubts ears, clouds memory, plants thoughts like poison ivy. Subtle first, then overwhelming. People under influence, behavior doesn't feel like them, makes jarring. Know them, love them. Yet act strangers, distant, hostile without cause. Words distorted, reactions disproportionate. Natural response, either lash out or retreat inward. Both only make isolation worse. Stoics understood. Taught opinions others beyond control. Suffering often arises, try cling what's already slipping away. Epictetus reminded, don't demand things happen, wish but wish happen do, go on well. Even more surrendering what is, Stoicism teaches observe without consumed. If relationships, life falling apart inexplicably, pause. Don't chase. Don't beg. Start notice patterns. When shift begin? Who around then? What new presence entered circle around time? Caroline, after months' confusion, began trace changes back meditation group joined. Woman there taken particular interest. Flattering, curious, always offering gifts, crystals, teas, incense. What seemed harmless, even kind, eventually felt heavy. Charm bracelet wore daily began give headaches. Group's leader grew cold, began asking deeper questions. Stepped away group, removed every object, received time, something shifted. Brother called. Out nowhere, best friend emailed. Fog began lift. Find self suddenly cast out own tribe without reason. Misunderstanding multiplies despite honesty. People look no longer see. Consider something may interfere. Cords connect others. Attacks isolate, not breaking heart, turning others' hearts against. Greatest stoic strength moments not hold tighter. Stand back, see? Remember who are not defined opinions, those temporarily lost confusion. Hearts may return, only after reclaim clarity. Awareness, protection, compassion, even distance antidote every curse. Know someone struggling this? Send video. Might change life. Sign 5. Intuitive warnings and spiritual disturbances. Did I know over 90% near-death experiences? People report felt sense, knowing, deep, wordless intuition. Something about happened before did? Modern neuroscience still struggles explain phenomenon. Thousands years, spiritual traditions understood something sacred. Internal guidance system. Intuition trying speak before danger fully arrives. 5th, final sign someone might do witchcraft on me, not something see, something feel. Soft pull gut telling something's wrong before mind explain why. Sign most subtle yet most powerful because doesn't come outside sources. Comes within. Built-in alarm system. Quiet wisdom whispers warnings rest. World insists everything fine. May already experienced. Moment walk room. Air suddenly feels heavy like something unseen pressing chest. Way skin prickles certain person speaks, even though haven't said anything obviously harmful. Maybe found self avoiding certain part house, no logical reason. Hallway, corner, specific chair. Tell self silly, breath shortens every time go near. Isn't fear, awareness. Stoics taught rely reason, never told ignore instinct. Marcus Aurelius said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Understood inner world speaks more ways words. Soul begins change color, thoughts turn dark, no reason. Anxiety blooms, places used bring peace, not coincidence. Signal. Intuitive warnings often show up dreams. Nightmares being chased, restrained, watched. Dreams, familiar faces twist something hostile. Repeating patterns feel like more than just stress, feel like visitations. Dream state, unfiltered noise, daily life becomes place spiritual attacks more easily detected. Dreams often dismissed. Tell selves just mind playing tricks. Still body remembers. Waking dread chest, feeling something followed waking world, wise listen. Many people under spiritual attack report another shift, sudden disconnect spiritual practices, where meditation once brought peace, now brings discomfort. Prayer feels forced, blocked. Sacred spaces feel invaded. Routines dissolve under invisible weight. Stoics believed anything clouds mind, disturbs soul's clarity, must examined, not ignored. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Epictetus. Remind start defining what want protect. Case, stillness, spiritual strength, inner compass. Worst mistake make intuitive signs disregard. Don't wait, proof arrives too late. Start writing things down. Emotions, dreams, triggers. Track when feelings show up, how correlate people, places changes life. Patterns form with patterns. Patterns. Understanding. Intuition, not weakness. Not paranoia. First line spiritual self-defense. Combined other signs. Sudden misfortunes. Physical emotional disruptions, strange objects, fractured relationships, completes picture. Clear warning something working against peace. From here, response must deliberate. Cleanse space regularly. Whether sage, sound, salt. Carry stones ground, protect, like obsidian, black tourmaline. Visualize light shielding body before enter rooms feel heavy. Rituals aren't superstition. Centuries-old practices meant restore balance world often drifts toward chaos. Above all, remember, enemy's greatest power invisibility. Once see, once feel, take back control. Stoics believed while can't control external events, control how respond, choice lies strength. Let intuition guide. Let awareness protect. Let clarity shield. So how many of these signs hit little too close home? 1, 2, all 5? If gut's screaming, this explains everything. Don't ignore. Because witchcraft isn't just spooky bedtime story. Real, subtle, works best unaware, but now aware. See signs, feel shift. That, my friend, where healing begins. Remember, peace not up negotiation, energy not community property. Intuition, built-in security system. Don't disable. If video opened eyes, don't just disappear algorithm abyss. Like, share, hit subscribe, tap notification bell, join growing tribe, souls refuse stay dark. Because isn't just witchcraft. Taking power back, protecting space, living terms. And yes, finally, sleeping through night without feeling someone's watching corner room. Leave comment below. Just say, I'm reclaiming my light. Ready step out fog into clarity, not alone. Not crazy. Awakening. Let's rise together.